It's Greg at the Vinylarms. I was catching up on some of my favourite YouTube channels last night, and I watched a video by Peter at Music is a Journey, and he was responding to a thread from Christian at Front to Back Music. I wasn't familiar with Christian's channel until last night, so I checked out Peter's video. I subsequently checked out Christian's thread, his original thread. And basically, it's a competition. He's just hit 500 subscribers, and he's doing a little bit of a celebration and a giveaway. Tune in to find out what that's all about. Well worth entering. And basically, it's 5 questions relating to your collection. So here we go. Thanks for setting this up, Christian. And Peter, thanks for introducing it to me. So here we go. Question number 1. Name a band in your collection who has 5 members in it. So this is a band I discovered relatively recently, maybe 18 months ago. I started buying IQ albums. Brilliant British sort of neo-prog rock type band. This is a really good album. There's track 5. So there's so many good songs on here. It's called The Seventh House. But track 5, ironically, given this competition, is a song called Shooting Angels. And it's absolutely beautiful. Give that a listen. As I say, we've got 5 lads in the band, and there's a picture in here, nicely synced on the back of the booklet there, of said band members. Really like this band, really getting into them. Next question, name the 5th album of a band in your collection. So we're going to go right back to 1998, classic sort of punk hardcore crossover, and it's none other than the evergreen Fugazi. This is their 5th album called End Hits. There's lots of really cracking songs on here. 5 Corporations is a strong song. Track 7, Closed Caption, is great. The closer, FD, is excellent. It's kind of like this mix of between calm and aggressive. And a really enjoyable song on here, track 10, Arpeggiator, I think it's pronounced, Arpeggiator. And it's an instrumental. Now, for some reason, on that instrumental, the drum and the bass, the rhythm section, it just evokes memories of Buzzcocks and their instrumental Walking Distance. Now, I'm not saying there's anything there, they're totally independent songs, but there's a link there. There's something. I wouldn't be surprised if these lads were listening to Buzzcocks when they were growing up. Okay. 3rd question. This one's nothing to do with a number 5, but it is name an album that rocks in your car. So one that you play a lot, one that you crank up high. And I love this one. This is Neil Young and Chrome Dreams 2. This originally came out, when was this one out? 2007, I think that says. Anyway, there's a lot of good songs on this album, but there's one track in particular, and it's the epic 8-minute-long Ordinary People, which is track 3. And I can't think of a better driving track than that. I just love putting that on, cranking it up loud and going to track 3, Ordinary People. The 4th question is a band in your collection and show what you perceive to be their best album and their weakest album. So for me, I'm going to talk about the folk blues troubadour Bonnie Prince Billy, a.k.a. Will Oldham. A very talented guy with a very warm, earthy, he's got a voice full of feeling. And this album, there he is on the back, Will Oldham, and I See a Darkness. And this was released on Domino Records, I think it must have been sort of 2000, 2001, something like that. No, 1999. And even now I listen to this all the time. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's dark. It's moody, as you would expect from this guy. But the songs are so well put together. And then an album, I feel quite bad sort of saying a weaker album of his, but I just can't connect with this one. And it's Bonnie Prince Billy and Dawn McCarthy, and they're covering songs. It's called What the Brothers Sang, and it's a covers album essentially. And I don't know, it doesn't really let Bonnie Prince Billy be his sort of free self. You know, he's restrained to these songs by the Everly Brothers, which are sort of quite straight-laced, and I think he's better at making music when he can kind of do his own thing, rather than sort of having to sort of compartmentalize and be sort of stuck in this box. And I might just say that this has nothing to do with her, Dawn McCarthy, because what I might just add is this album, The Letting Go, which has Dawn McCarthy all over it, and Bonnie Prince Billy. This was recorded in Iceland. This is an excellent album. It's a really strong album, and Dawn McCarthy's voice on here is beautiful. It really is. Okay, and finally, the last question is an album in your collection where you've got more than one copy. So, Moon Safari Air, an absolute classic from back in the day. You know, real sort of downbeat, ambient, you know, really, really of its own, French sort of electronica music. And they're very good at what they do. And this album is timeless. Now, I've got this on CD, which again gets listened to all the time. I've also got it on the original record, which is a really nice piece of artwork, actually. And it comes with an original inner sleeve, which is quite nice there. And then RSD Record Store Day 2025. They released Moon Safari demos and live tracks. And I think, if memory serves me right, yeah, it's on a nice white vinyl. So there we have 3 variations of Air Moon Safari. And for bonus points, Christian, an Air concert ticket from back in the day at the Apollo in Manchester in 2004. Anyway, really enjoyed doing that. Thanks for taking the time to watch this for the last 7 or 8 minutes, and see you later.